Welcome to Theater of the Mind. Theater of the Mind is an unofficial D&D 5e actual play podcast. Theater of the Mind is not appropriate for all audiences, and therefore listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Theater of the Mind, episode 13. My name is Mike. I'll be your DM today. And this week's question is, name something you have been holding back from the group, hoping for an opportunity to tell them. Why have you waited?
My name's Amanda, and I'm playing Mel Kelly. Mel is absolutely terrified, like all the time. Pretty much. And it's not even like because we're in a weird post-apocalyptic thing. Like, she's literally always terrified about something. And she has literally never told anybody in her life this ever. And she's definitely not going to tell the group now because we're in a weird post-apocalyptic thing and every day is a battle and she doesn't want to bring the group down. I mean, nobody needs that kind of negative energy, right?
We need to find her some anti-anxieties.
Yeah, you need some Xanax now.
Well, it sure as hell ate the kale chips. Ugh.
Even she doesn't like them.
Out of character.
Out of character. I've learned kale chips are gross.
I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Elliot Brandybane. I'm having a hard time. Elliot speaks. If he wants to tell them, he just tells people and doesn't really care about what they think about it. So I can't think of anything that Elliot would not tell him for later, unless he baked a birthday cake. But I don't think he's got a birthday cake in his saddlebags. I got nothing on that one.
If you got a birthday cake, you should tell us soon, because it's been like a week and a half since we left your ranch, and that's the last time you could have baked it.
Maybe it's a birthday cake mix.
Yeah, that cake's
Yeah.
a birthday crumble.
I am Burnell. I'm one of 3 Mikes, so we go by last name here. I'm playing Olnak Vaga Johnson, and I've mentioned this a couple of times before, the incident. So I have not told anybody about the incident because it caused people to lose their lives. And I find myself personally responsible for this. And I don't know how my current friends are going to take it if I bring it up and reveal that some of the decisions I've made in my past during military service cost people their lives. Whether it's entirely my fault or not, it does feel like my burden, and I felt responsible, and I just don't know how to bring it forward to the group in a way that would make sense. Also, I'm almost definitely going to make horrible jokes about it, because that's how I cope.
'Tis the military way, the darkest of humor.
Yes.
I prefer coffee.
Dark coffee.
And kale chips.
Hi, I'm Downs. I'm one of the Mikes, and I'm playing James O'Brien. James most recently told the group kind of about his backstory, but something that James hasn't told everyone is he doesn't really know what he's doing. He'll be incredibly confident about something that he's doing, and he has no idea what he's doing at all. Just blind confidence.
Well, considering you wanted to take a wheelbarrow to Colburn, I think some of us are starting to figure that out.
I'm Casey. I play Emery Lee. And Emery, I think, she's trying not to let on how much all the magic bullshit unsettles her. There's a lot of things that have happened that are truly just kind of upsetting in various ways. And she doesn't know how to process it because it's weird magic bullshit, and she doesn't know how to talk about it. So she's just kind of trying to face things as they come instead of thinking about it.
Fair enough. With that, let's go ahead and roll for recap. We'll go highest goes.
This is clearly a group of people with the most well-rounded coping mechanisms.
I'm sitting here listening to this. I'm going, congratulations. Your heroes are a group of completely normal people, which is why you should never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Did you say highest goes or lowest goes?
Highest goes.
13.
Also 13.
6.
16.
16.
What'd you get?
I know 16.
Oh, okay. Reroll.
Reroll.
Roll off.
That happens a weird amount.
10.
15.
Ha.
Yes.
We started the episode by killing an elk and butchering it. We brought it back to camp, and there was a weird humanoid shape skulking around the outside of our camp, which turned out to be a man in really ragged clothes who talked like he hadn't seen civilization in several weeks and had been in an ATV accident or something close to the time when everything stopped. And we gave him a leg of the deer in order to get him to leave without hanging around too long, and sent him off towards Rifle. And then we had a totally unbothered night of rest after that. Slept perfectly sound knowing we had sent a weird man towards Rifle. And
Who eats raw
oh,
elk
never
meat,
mind.
by the way?
Elliot and Olnok have a point of exhaustion, is my note here. So they did not sleep soundly. The rest of us slept fine. And that was that.
Perfect.
He ate the elk meat raw, by the way. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
think James was having nightmares about that.
Yeah. He didn't even season it.
Right. Kind of a monster, right?
No, they eat sage out here. They come pre-seasoned.
Gross.
And that was the only thing creepy about that guy.
Well,
The only thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was it.
everything's creepy.
Definitely
And
not
that
his
man
weird
was Griff.
animalistic style sounding voice. That had nothing to do with it.
Or the fact that his clothes were all torn up and looked like you.
Or the fact that he was
Scratches.
clearly a werewolf, but none of us know enough about magic to really confront that yet.
Those aren't real.
Exactly.
But apparently it was the right time of the month.
Wasn't that why Elliot and I couldn't sleep? We were werewolf talking or some shit.
I
We
think
were
you guys
pretty
did
sure
have
he
a
was a werewolf.
conversation.
You guys
about
were
it.
skirted because he was a werewolf. So you did not sleep well because you rolled poorly on your charisma checks. Which makes sense considering the two of you are not exactly charisma-based characters.
I have a +1 in charisma.
Yeah?
Yeah. It just didn't do me any good.
Well, look at you being all pretty. And
I have +3.
I have a +4.
0.
Yeah, that tracks.
that's why James and I have bonded.
All right. And yeah, I believe we are starting off in that morning of the exhaustedness. What is this? Morning 3 of hunting. Or after your second sleep of hunting.
James is going to get up and he's going to pop his back multiple times. Like, well, better get to the coffee or else Mel's going to kill me. Did you two not sleep? Olnok, Elliot? Y'all look like hell.
Shut up.
Okay.
On the bright side, I had help for my watch, and Olnok did yoga.
Oh,
I did.
Olnok, did you take a picture with your fancy phone?
It doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
What good is it?
Yeah, what's the point of the phone?
Without
I can't-
taking
shh,
pictures.
shh, shh, shh.
It's perfect in every possible way.
But if it can't take pictures of Olnok doing yoga, then what's the point?
Just please don't push anybody's buttons. Belle starts like looking at the sky like, he didn't mean it. We love you.
Is she talking to God? What is that?
What's this we?
Shh. It's fine.
Hang on, I
So-
gotta go. I think I gotta go use the bushes. I'll be back.
You got to roll. Constitution.
I did.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
I think that's
Gotta go now.
I think that's roll for constipation.
Oh, yeah.
Is this about your demonic entity?
Who is a fine and wonderful, probably not demonic, but definitely more powerful than us tiny little minions. She's still looking up at the sky like,
Fair enough. Question answered.
So anyway, Olnok did yoga. How was that like?
I was nice. It was gentle yoga.
It was calming. I did a lot of breathing and stretching.
You still look like hell, so it didn't do much.
No, could not sleep. How did y'all sleep so well after what the hell we just witnessed? James, you especially. He ate raw meat with no seasoning. I thought that would bother you.
It did. It gave me-
swear I heard you having nightmares.
It did. It gave me plenty of nightmares, but I still slept. You decapitated like 3 people.
Yeah, but that's...
That
You-
gave me
you-
nightmares.
you-
That gave all
that.
of us nightmares.
I did sleep through that. You're right. I slept like a fucking baby. It was amazing.
So from in the distance you hear, "Oh, hot diggity, it's about damn time."
It's a good day for Elliot.
I guess it's a good day to chase down some turkeys, huh? That's what's on the...
Apparently. Elliot should be feeling nice and frisky.
All right, everybody, I got coffee. We're going to cut past that. All right, coffee for you. No coffee for Mel. Coffee for Elliot.
Can I have a double?
Sure, you can have Mel's.
Hell yeah.
Well, okay, in my defense, I've already had 2 cups.
Yeah.
You
That's
look
where all
slick,
the
I saw
coffee's
that.
going? Put down coffee like a fucking crackhead. It's amazing.
We probably should be a little less judicious with our coffee.
Maybe we can roast
Probably.
some more before we leave
Yes.
the rifle and stock up on our way out.
God, we're going to have like 10 pounds of carrying capacity of just coffee beans.
I'm okay with that.
I'm perfectly okay with that.
I don't want to think about facing a world without coffee.
I could talk to the horses. See
I
if
wonder
they're
if we
okay
can
with
start
carrying stuff.
bartering for tea.
I thought you were
I
going to
mean,
ask
it's not
if
as
the
good as
horses needed
coffee, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah. That's true.
Maybe we can go on a tea heist.
Go back to our roots. You know what I'm saying?
Have a tea party.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
You are going to Boston.
Oh
That's
my
true.
God.
We are.
I bet there won't be any tea left by the time we get there.
Yeah, unfortunately, not a lot of people grow these things in America.
I don't know if we can.
All right, Elliot, you're the
All right,
resident
you have-
hunter.
Coffee. Are we going turkey hunting now? Or has the
Elliot
moment been missed?
comes back out of the bushes, kind of. Okay, everyone, it's gonna be a good day. I got a good feeling about today. I'm a little tired, but we'll be home. Who wants to go kill some turkeys?
Woo. Elliot's going to fist bump.
How many
Elliot
people
is?
do you need for
Sorry,
that?
James. I read his name. My bad. James is
Elliot would
excited.
totally know how to hunt turkeys.
Yes, he does.
So he is gonna pick the appropriate method and the appropriate place.
So you'll from Griff. Griff told you a location.
Yep.
That's
and
true.
I don't
Worth
know
the
any
fear, I
reason
think.
not to go there.
So you'll go roughly in the area he talked about.
Yep.
Say it's about, I don't know. He said it was like a fair bit of a walk, but he wasn't exactly a quick walker. So we'll say it's maybe 20, 30 minutes by horse to get roughly to the area you think he was talking about.
I don't know any reason. I think I don't know. I think we could all go.
Okay.
Sure.
And just
Because I was
bring
kinda
camp
hoping-
with us kind of thing, like break down and...
I'd leave camp where it's at,
Okay.
unless you guys are worried about people coming through.
I've been camping enough times that people are very concerned about leaving food out. That was the only reason I was wondering.
Did we get our meat hung up properly up in trees away?
Do you think
Griff
you
talked
could?
to you about it?
So-
The last conversation you guys had about it, you didn't seem overly concerned about the food.
But if we leave camp, I definitely don't. We want to hang all the food if we all leave camp and leave camp
Then
here.
you
Yeah.
can. Let's have,
Spend a minute doing that.
spend some time on it.
Yeah, it won't take all that long. Throw a couple ropes in the tree,
Let's
bundle
just
it
do
up,
a-
drag it up.
Survival check on it. You normally have advantage because favored terrain, but you have exhaustion, so it's just a straight roll.
Ooh, that's gonna be good.
Do you think that-
17?
Perfect. Yeah, you get it hung up, and you're confident you can leave this for, the better part of the day. You
Yeah.
can't take a week away. But
Yeah.
Do you think it would help if Emery did her cold thing on it to give it a nice chilled layer on top?
I
Well,
can
it's been
before we
frosty
go.
in the morning, right?
Yep, it's still
It's
cold.
cold enough.
Okay.
We
It
chilled
won't
it
hurt
fast
anything
enough
to
and
do
it's
it
good.
if you want to, but it's cold enough that it probably doesn't need it.
All right.
Yeah, outside is basically still a fridge. It's still pretty chilly. It warms up okay, but
It's a cantrip. I may as well. I'll just give it a little extra frost before we leave.
Helping.
All right, which way to the turkeys?
Griff told you it was somewhere up northish. So you head somewhere up northish. It takes about 20 minutes by horsey. To get there, you get to the rough area you think he's at. You see evidence of turkey. There's feathers. So I'd imagine they molt a little bit from the winter into spring. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Shed their winter coat as well.
I don't know about turkeys, but I know geese molt their flight feathers in June.
Okay. So we'll say turkeys do that too. I've never hunted a turkey. So
We're not at all familiar with how to hunt turkey.
you definitely see their rather large bird track scattered around. And off in the distance, you can hear the pretty distinct turkey gobble.
What was that?
So
Perfect call. All the turkeys would come.
I'll tell everybody. Elliot, because he is a natural hunter, probably would have known to grab some grain of some kind out of our rations.
Sure.
Like just a handful in his pocket. And he's going to get it. He says, okay. He kind of finds a nice little clearing. He says, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to spread some of this grain out in this clearing. Then we're going to stay hidden around here. And I want to be a appropriate bow shot away from where we're going to hide. And then we're going to get everybody to sit down in the bushes and sit quietly and hide. I want anybody that has a chance to hit one to hit a turkey. And then I will literally, because I've actually seen this done, when everybody's set quietly and everything's settled, I'm going to gobble back to the turkeys to try to call them in. And I'll tell everybody we're going to try to call some in when they start, let them come in, try to let the whole group come in. And then when they start feeding, then we'll try to take, I think we decided we wanted about 6 of them. So if each one of us can take 1, we'll be pretty close.
All right.
And Elliot would also know that turkey hunting follows a lot of how you guys hunted the elk. It's pretty typical to find a blind. A lot of times up in the tree, but ground blinds are not unheard of. Or even just setting up because it's a wait for them to come to you sort of thing. You don't go to them.
Yeah, and I've actually seen guys that they would just go and they'd come running. So
Turkeys are not particularly smart.
Hey, Elliot, as much as I would love to keep hearing you make that sound, by the way, is that going to be an intelligence or a wisdom save against giggling?
I'd say that's wisdom.
Well, let's just assume I failed that. But as much as I'd love to keep listening to you make that sound, I could mimic a turkey sound with magic. That might be more effective.
okay, little girl, if you could do better, go ahead. Now, wait, before you start, call a couple of times. If they call back, you call to them, call back, and then go quiet. Because then they should start come looking for who made that sound. Don't keep calling to them. Call a few times and then go quiet, and then they should come looking to go, who made the sound?
I will prestidigitate turkey couple.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you do that. That doesn't require.
Now it's a cantrip.
So, you. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
Out in the distance, you hear it come back.
Lol.
I nominate for inspiration for the turkey.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. You can have inspiration. Then you hear it back to you.
Could I have used minor illusion to make myself look like a boulder of some sort, like up near one of the trees?
I
so that I have a duck blind?
I would
Or a turkey
100%
blind?
thought you were going to say to make myself look like a turkey.
That's how you die.
Yeah, that's how you get shot.
Fuck, there's one right there.
I found one! Eldritch Blast!
So you've got a good. Yes, you can have become a boulder. It only lasts 1 minute, if I recall.
I figured out I'd time it so that when the turkeys are coming this way, I could have it up. And
Let's go ahead and just for the tracking of time, roll initiative.
Pretty good one.
But you have disadvantage because of your.
Yep, so I
I
got
rolled
I
that
gotta roll
die.
again?
I
Yes,
rolled that
you have
dice
disadvantage.
so well.
You're gonna have
That I
disadvantage to
recapped and-
basically everything you do today.
Except for attacks.
I test to land my one good roll, you dick.
Let's go down the order of my piece of paper. Mel.
18.
Elliot.
25.
Wow, damn.
With straight roll. All right.
Yeah, he didn't get advantage. He might have.
Full knock.
Natty 1.
Oh.
Okay.
I had a 16.
Oh.
Damn it.
Jimmy.
Sorry, that threw me off. 17.
That's not at all why I did that.
Uh-huh.
Emery.
4.
I forgot my name looking at someone else's name.
Ooh, Jacob's.
Go get him, buddy.
All right. And now.
Wait, where is Jacob? Did we leave it?
He's
hope
on
he-
the back of my
No,
horse.
he came with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assumed he came. You guys didn't even keep since
I-
talking
I-
to him.
Yes.
I just
I
assumed that
suddenly
he's
couldn't
with
remember. Okay, no, you're right. He was at camp when Griff was there. Never mind. I couldn't
me.
remember suddenly.
I made him
Very-
stay. I made him stay
Did
in the
you-
tent.
Only 2 of you got outrolled by turkeys.
Embarrassing for us.
I'm like zoned the fuck out, like, because I haven't slept for a day.
Yeah.
The coffee got you like you're both wired and absolutely dead inside.
That's a
Oh,
great
just a
feeling.
reminder with the Nat 1, he had +2, so he would be a 3.2. It won't change, don't even worry about changing it, but he would have a 3.2.
Okay.
So just in case something else pops in.
Weird turkey.
Oh, God.
Oh, what now?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, a were turkey doesn't go, it goes gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble.
That's that 5-foot turkey.
There's a turkey.
All right, Elliot. Mel has started a rapport with the neighboring turkeys.
I am going to use my action to hold very still and very silent to be super stealth.
Perfect. Let's roll a stealth. I'm assuming you normally have advantage, but you're exhausted, so it's straight.
23.
Okay. You feel adequately hidden from turkeys. I don't even need to look. There's no way. They're that good. Mel, you have a rapport going with turkeys. You have called twice. They have answered twice.
Oh.
Call a thrice. Woo! Back.
After I do that, I'm gonna quietly look in the direction of wherever I last recall seeing Elliot. I don't have a bow. Can I firebolt them?
Yes, be quiet, please. That's good.
Jimmy.
God damn it, did it again. All right, anyway. James is going to do a stealth check, bonus action hide.
Okay.
In his rock form.
Perfect. We'll give you a advantage because you're
I now look like a rock.
look like Dwayne.
That is a 26 for stealth.
Yeah. Okay. You feel
Extra hit.
adequately hidden.
And I'm going to use my action I'm going to hold action with my bow, ready to
You
shoot
ready?
a turkey.
Okay.
The moment that I see Elliot fire is when I fire.
Perfect.
That's the trigger.
Okay. We'll say you can have it for free for like 3 rounds. After that, you need to straight for some. See if you
Right,
can
yeah.
It's honestly even 9 or what is that, 18 seconds of drawn is a long time to recurve.
Yeah.
You're shaking already. Jacob's up. We're going to see if he's smart enough to stay shushed. Al, what are we doing?
Shh. Be very, very quiet. We're hunting turkeys.
I'm being quiet. Shh. The quietest I've ever been in my life.
Stop talking.
And it's turkey's turn.
That's exactly how kids stay quiet, like they're dying inside.
You can hear him quivering.
Yep.
Can confirm.
He's just vibrating with silence.
Vibrating with sounds. That's the best way to put that I've ever heard.
You hear the turkeys approaching. Emery.
I am going to hold a frostbite spell for when I see a turkey.
Okay.
Actually, for when Elliot shoots at the turkeys. That way, I'm not scaring them off.
Perfect. All right.
I really hope we all pick different turkeys, or else one turkey is going to get fucking annihilated.
Do you think we could get any feathers off that?
I forget, do I have a bow?
I don't believe so.
I don't think I do.
I believe that is why you are trying to procure something. Because you can use one, but you don't have one.
Right. Okay.
So without a bow, what would you like to do?
I don't even have like a hatchet to throw.
No.
I got my big great axe
Yeah.
that I can swing at if they get close enough.
Yeah.
Just hold like a baseball pose. Just like, I'm gonna get you. Right, but quietly.
Out of character, but from personal experience, that would probably work.
The turkeys aren't particularly.
They're not smart.
I'm just hiding in a bush, and there's this glinting blade that they could probably see if they were paying any attention, because I'm fucking out of it. I'm gonna get that turkey and kick his ass.
If anything, the shiny of the axe is going to draw them in more.
Nice.
All
So
right.
that's unintentional, but it's working.
Elliot. Turkeys are getting closer.
How many do I see in the clearing? Are they moving? Have they started feeding?
They're moving towards the clearing. I'd say they're another turn away.
Okay, I'm just going to continue sitting
Perfect.
without moving or
We'll just run with your last stealth because you haven't moved. Mel.
Are they
They're-
still calling or?
Yeah, they're gurgling.
Oh.
quiet.
It's just for the sake of something, roll like a persuasion.
Animal handling.
No, I
Animal
think we should go with persuasion.
We should totally go with persuasion.
Oh, that's a 10.
You
Okay.
needed that bonus.
I did badly.
You hear the turkeys getting closer. They rolled worse. Not smart animals. They rolled a -1 on their intelligence check.
Oh my god.
What is their modifier?
-4.
-4.
Good
Okay.
God.
That sounds right.
They is the dum-dum. James.
James is going to continue sitting in his boulder.
All right. Jacob.
Shh.
Nice preemptive
He
shush.
listens this time.
Yep. You can still breathe.
The turkeys enter the clearing. They see where you have the food. They begin the fooding.
Eating. Maybe the word you're looking
How
for.
many?
7. 7 turkeys are feasting upon the grain you laid. Is this... You didn't have a held action. You were just hiding. Okay. Emery, there are turkeys eating.
Emery tries to look at Elliot for some signal, cannot see him, so she continues to hold frostbite until he fires.
Olnak, some turkeys are eating.
I'm getting unusually excited to want to swing at this turkey. But since I am also very zoned out, I'm still just kind of staring at him. I'm almost like Jacob, like shaking with anticipation. I'm going to decapitate the shit out of one of these turkeys.
Are you holding your action again? or-
Holding. I'm going to stay
What is your trigger?
quietly. Elliot fires.
Okay. Elliot fires. Everyone else does something.
I'm going to swing at one of them.
Excluding Mel currently because she bubbled. Speaking of Elliot, it's Elliot. Some turkeys are feasting. Everyone else is super anxious.
Okay, I'm going to draw my bow, take aim at the farthest away turkey,
Okay.
and take a shot.
All right. Let's roll that sweet turkey damage. Or turkey attack.
This is an attack.
Normally you'd have advantage because it's a beast, but you're exhausted, so...
That's only on checks, not on attacks.
Not on attacks.
Not on
Okay.
attacks, not on saves, only on check.
Perfect. So you have advantage then.
Favorite enemy. Oh yeah. It's like way high, like 28 or something.
Surprisingly, that does hit.
If that bounced off the turkey, we would maybe have problems.
Go ahead and roll that sweet damage and probably describe it. Might shock
Yeah,
you.
he rolled max. It's his arrow's just going to leave, and it's just going to perfectly. The turkey's going to take one peck, put his head up to do the little jerk to drop the deal, and it's just going to perfectly cleave his head.
Perfect.
It's just going to fall to the ground, and it's just going to flop down. Didn't even realize it happened.
And seems how he's not a chicken from Fuda. He does die without his head.
I aimed lower.
There you go. All right. With that fires off a handful of people's
I was
things.
gonna say, the turkey, one of the turkeys, not the one that Elliot hit, has to roll a Constitution save. I watch Elliot shoot one and
Oh.
it dies, and I shoot a different one.
It's second best stat here.
I
It's only
was
got a plus
concerned
0
about
on
that.
this.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Fucking makes it. Rolled a 19 on the die.
Jesus. Wow.
This is
Well-
super turkey.
I fire, and the frost just kind of like hits it, and then just kind of rolls off its back on either side. And I'm like, shit.
Frosts his feathers, but doesn't get through them.
Exactly.
Give him his own personal flurry. And
James also had a held.
yes, James was also prepping an arrow, so he will fire at a random turkey that still has a head and doesn't have snowflakes over it. Yeah. That is a 21 to hit.
Yep.
I assume that hits.
I'd roll your damage and probably just describe how you kill it.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
All you have to do is exceed 3.
Okay.
Oh,
I rolled 5 on just the short bow, not the sneak attack.
Perfect.
So that's a total of 8.
Okay. It is dead. How did you dead it?
Probably not as fancy as Elliot's. I probably hit him like in the chest.
Okay.
I'm not good enough to hit anything. Yeah, it was not a pretty kill, but I killed it.
Horrible dying turkey sounds.
Ew.
And Ulnok, we'll assume that you hit in a spot close enough for your X to reach them.
yeah, it's got to be the closest one to me.
Hey, you were hidden, so you get advantage, right?
You get advantage because he's hit.
Thank Christ. Because that was a 3.
You're welcome.
That would be a 9. I'm not doing much better.
Oh, no.
Don't
It's a 9
forget
plus.
about your modifiers.
Oh,
Yeah, you got all your modifiers. You rolled a 9.
It's got to be more than a plus 2.
Swipe at least
gotta be a
once.
plus
I think
five,
it's
I
just
think.
once. Twice
Oh,
to
for
hit your
attack?
weapons.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a +5.
Okay, you hit.
Oh, no, I'm not in a rage. It's +3.
You don't hit. You do hit.
Well, that's true. You haven't raced yet.
I'm not raging. I'm just like zoned out.
That's
I'm
a
not
12
not angry at these turkeys.
for those
Yeah,
who are
barely, but
getting
yeah.
whiplash from
Still
that.
got it.
Yes. No. Yes. No.
However, I am still swinging my battle axe, so it's a double. It's a D10 of damage. Let's see
Perfect.
what
All you have to
happens.
do is roll better than 3.
I don't think he can roll under 3 because I think that's his modifier.
That's a 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if he
Perfect.
rolls a 1 plus his straight, yeah.
Oh yeah, plus
Describe it.
strength, so that's a 9.
Yeah, you're
You
good.
cut it in half.
Yes, describe what you did.
So I'm aiming for its head,
Dope.
but
They
I'm
have
gonna
tiny little turkey
I'm gonna go
heads.
low because it's a turkey, and I don't really know where to hit a turkey. And we're just gonna assume that I basically cleave this thing in twain. It's not gonna be worth much, but it's dead as shit.
Well, we just needed the feathers.
Yeah, we're just after the
The
feather.
rare pre-butchered turkey. All right, I think that's everybody's held. Because Mel
Yep.
did not held, she turkeyed.
Yep.
And now that everyone else is shot, I'll go, oh crap, right. And I'll shoot a firebolt at one that somebody else wasn't shooting at.
All right.
That's going to be a 16 to hit with 9 damage.
Yep.
I'm really hoping that while I killed the turkey, I'm kind of hoping it's not actively on fire right now because that would make it hard to use the feathers.
It would.
Like maybe I just smoked it from the inside out?
You microwaved it.
If you hit it in the feathers aren't going to catch
Yeah,
that
they're not
fast.
instantly flammable.
I'm thinking I was probably aiming for the head, which means even if I didn't quite get the head, then maybe the tail feathers will still be good.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. This isn't a life or death thing. That worked.
You hit it on the front.
Yeah.
So the back feathers are fine.
I think I should have told everybody we needed the wing feathers. I should have said something.
Oh.
I would have assumed tail feather too.
Oops.
Good thing. All
I
right.
got it.
With that, it is James's turn. That is 4 dead turkeys. Last session, you said you wanted 5 or 6.
All right, I'm going to move to a different bush, bonus action hide, and shoot another turkey.
Go ahead and hide.
I'm going to do a combat roll to attack a turkey.
Real intense turkey battle.
There's another 26 for stealth.
Jesus.
Yep. The turkey doesn't know where you went.
All right, and here we go to hit. That's a natural 20.
Okay.
You are fucking these turkeys up.
Don't roll for damage. Just tell me what you did.
Fair.
That one I hit square in the eye.
Perfect.
It was a turkey eye.
It manages to walk for a little bit without realizing it's dead. Nothing is damaged except the brain and that one eyeball. The entire turkey is salvageable.
Haha.
And with that, it's Jacob's turn. He doesn't have weaponry. He whoops.
Yeah, I was gonna say what he makes noise.
We're doing it! And it's Turkey's turn. There's 2 left?
They
Yeah.
charge. They go into a rage. They
Oh,
charge.
wait, what?
What's this, barbarian turkeys?
They roll a 6 on their intelligence check total. So they notice that their comrades are dead, and they decide to not eat that grain anymore.
These turkeys are smart, bro.
They're startled. And it's Emery's turn.
I'm gonna do a different spell, and I'm gonna cast a chaos bolt because I rolled that one.
Wow, that
And
escalated
maybe-
quick.
Please not be acid.
Listen,
Please not be
The
acid.
frostbite didn't work, so I gotta step it up.
You roll to attack, right?
I did badly. That was an 8.
Plus?
No, that was a 3 plus 5.
Yes.
So I just shit. As this whirling ball of energy splashes right next to the remaining turkeys.
It still
You'll
doesn't
fuck
do
up
anything.
the
It just eats.
Hang on, I gotta roll
I was
another.
going to say.
Nope, we're good.
Oh, God.
Just wait.
Never mind. I'll ask later.
Okay. Olnak.
I'm going to attack the closest turkey to me.
You gotta charge in
Yeah,
yelling.
you're going to have to move.
Yeah.
You got to go in.
Go into a rage and charge
No,
in
do
yelling.
not waste a rage on a turkey.
God, Emery does not like turkeys.
Fuck these turkeys! She's just mad.
I can't hit them. I'm the only one that hasn't hit one.
I'm gonna run in, just my axe up, and just coming at it. And
Perfect.
we're gonna pray to God I don't roll like garbage. That'll work. Nat 20.
Yep. Don't even bother rolling damage. What do you do to this turkey?
So I cleaved one in twain horizontally. This one I'm gonna cleave in twine vertically because I'm coming down on him.
Perfect. Okay.
So we just have 2 halves of a turkey now.
It totally does that 13 Ghosts scene where it's still
slow.
a turkey for a bit,
And it splits.
Yes.
Peels apart.
splits in half, and now you have 2 turkey. With that, there is turkey left. It's Elliot's turn.
And that one turkey's real nervous.
This guy ran screaming straight at it and killed its buddy.
Elliot's concerned about the condition of a couple of these carcasses. He's going to take a shot at that one that's running. Nat 20.
Don't bother.
We have
You guys
these turns
fucking on it. Holy
I have to
shit.
be honest, after the last couple episodes, I feel like we need to have a special disclaimer that maybe vegetarians should not listen.
Yeah. So
Right,
as
we
it,
fucked up some animals in this one.
as is making its run for... Actually, as much as Elliot's been practicing, and it was a nat 20, turkeys will fly a little ways. They don't fly very far, but the turkey took off and was flying away. And he... Not only does he hit it in flight, he knocks it... He's able to shave its head off, too, in flight.
Nice.
And it drops. Boom, boom.
You have defeated the turkey.
Oh,
We
I'm glad-
followed your nefarious plot.
I'm glad you guys were able to hit something.
So I'm going to take a scarf. I assume we all have a bandanas or something like that because those are useful things to have around. And I'm going to prestidigitate out a peppermint oil and wrap it around my head. And they'll look at Emery and be like, what one?
Please.
And I'll do the same for her.
Perfect.
Okay,
Because I'm going to be helpful today, damn it.
we really only need the wings off these turkeys. That's what we came for. And they're those flight feathers. Those are the feathers that we're after. However, this is good meat.
I'm going to say someone's bound to be willing to trade for it in town.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but this stuff, we've got to. We can grab these and take them back to camp, but we need to get them over a fire, start to cook and smoke them. We can start it here. We can go back to camp. It'll make less scent in camp if we do it here. How long did you say we rode to get here?
20,
Like
30
20 minutes. Yeah, it's still.
Yeah, let's grab
We can
these
go back
guys.
to camp.
Yeah,
and
let's
then-
take them back to camp.
Yeah.
And as soon as we get back, we're gonna clean these, and we'll get them. We'll start prepping to preserve it because this stuff goes bad fast.
Well, one of them's already smoking.
Yeah, that one will. We'll just, hey, good shot on that one.
Cool. Let's just for the sake of claiming we've done some looting, let's have like a survival check to see what is salvageable off of these birds.
Is that a group survival? Or?
Or each of their
Nice,
own
nat
kills,
20
maybe?
plus 4.
Okay, it
I was
doesn't
gonna
matter.
say I want
18.
Elliot to roll it because he's
Okay.
gonna have the best. But
That's
Elliot for sure
7.
knows that the 2 Olnok killed, the
I
meat's
rolled a
going to be
1.
no good. He got into the guts pretty
Yeah.
thoroughly.
Yeah, you had to leave those for the coyotes.
We'll say the second one that Olnok killed, the wings are fine because he cleaved it down the
Vertically.
hemisphere.
Okay.
But the one that he cut through the equator, some of the wing got damaged.
Okay.
We'll say Firebolt because she aimed specifically for the front. Some of the wings got damaged.
Okay.
The meat's probably okay.
Like I says, our priority is the feathers, but we'll salvage whatever we can.
So you could probably get, I'd say, 5 birds of meat.
Okay.
And we'll say 5 fully intact
5 of
sets
each.
wings.
And wing meats.
Emery rolled a nat 1 on her survival. So I think despite the peppermint bandana, she does have a moment where she's just kind of gagging off to the side.
It's still visually.
Exactly.
Alarming.
And she's remembering the smell from yesterday. And
it's the smoking wild turkey. Wild turkeys are kind of rank anyway, and
Yeah,
then the
dead
smoking
birds
wood would
don't
be
smell
nope,
good.
they don't smell.
I was gonna say, Mel rolled a 8 with her -1. That's a 7. So all she knows is she's holding a dead thing.
There you go.
It's dead. What do I do with it? Only it's muffled because she has a bandana around her base. It's dead. What do I
Cut its wings off, and we'll make a pile of wings right there.
James has a high enough intelligence. He took the birds to Elliot because he knows what he's doing.
you probably learned how to butcher things, though.
I feel
Yeah,
like
you
I
would've
give
processed
one. I feel
birds.
like I give one to
Breaking
Jacob.
down
Like,
birds.
here, hold this.
You've absolutely processed birds.
Now, which
Feathers,
bit's
no?
the wing?
Oh, for sure.
There's not
Butchering an
much
entire
difference.
cow at your shops may be weird, but
Yeah.
you've definitely processed birds.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that is something you learn at culinary school.
All right.
But perfect. You guys are able to get that stuff I just said you got. And you're able to get it back to camp, no sweat.
So, Elliot at this point, he's actually in a pretty good mood, even though he's really tired. Y'all can tell he's kind of dragging. But out in the woods, he's got his horses, he's hunting, he's putting up game, he's got a campfire going. Elliot is in hog heaven at this point. He's whistling and he's actually having
Nice. So you get back to camp. Are you wanting to use your campfire to smoke them, or do you want to start a separate fire? 'Cause you do need it to be a smokier fire than your campfire would normally be.
Yeah, we'll kind of put it off the edge of camp a little ways, so the wind isn't blowing smoke into our eyes, but not far enough that anything, especially coyotes, can sneak in and snag something off the fire. We want it close enough that nothing's going to bother, but we don't want it right in the dead center of camp.
And you know enough about fire. You know how to build a fire that would lean more towards smoke and less towards the, what we normally want. So you're able to build that up, no problem. And it'll take, I'm going to say you probably got to spend one more night
Probably. Yeah,
to get them thoroughly, safely
yeah,
smoked.
and I'm not sure, but Elliot would.
Turkeys are not a small bird, so I'm going to say it's probably going to take all night.
I'd say it's at least a few hours at minimum.
Yeah, because you split them open, and so you've got
Yeah.
halves. You're not trying to do the
Yeah, you
entire
split
like
'em.
you do in the oven. So
Yeah.
we'll make spatchcock turkey.
There we go.
Perfect.
Well, Elliot, is this
That's a
enough,
funny word.
These enough feathers?
I think so. You know what? We can if we need to. We could supplement, like pick up. We just need, and he holds up the big flight feathers. He says, we just need these. We can literally pick them up off the ground. So,
Now you tell us.
well, you know, I'm kind of tired.
In the
I didn't
quantities
sleep
we
real good.
needed, you know.
Yeah, I think
You'll
we've
only
got
need
about
180 feathers.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
it's like midday at this point, right?
Yeah.
I think that knowing that there were at some point kind of turkeys nearby, Mel might take Jacob out and be like, okay, we're going to look for turkey feathers. As long as we can stay within sight of the fire, like not actually the smoke, but the fire, we'll wander around and look for turkey feathers
Cool.
because it's something to do.
James is going to make lunch.
All right. Just for the sake of seeing your success, roll a survival.
Can she have advantage because Jacob's helping?
Jacob's helping.
Sure.
Yeah, but can
Instead of me
Jacob
figuring out
aid
what-
me? Because I don't doubt for a second that child's better at this than me.
Sure.
Kids are
Jacob
great at
aids.
finding shit.
Then I don't have to figure out what his stat for that is. So, yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, sweet. So that's a 14.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are able to find a handful. You find probably some other birds' feathers as well. I mean, probably some pheasant feather. Quail.
And I'll be like, oh, take those two. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
There's absolutely quail in the area, so maybe you find some of their feathers.
Those would be really small, though.
We're taking them. I don't know.
Yeah, make
Or for the
Elliot sort them.
crossbows. But yeah, you guys are able to kill however long you want to kill doing that. Find a quantity of arrows that plus the wings equals more than enough for the arrows you need. There's probably an excess. I don't know how many feathers come to a wing, but there's got to be enough.
Probably.
We'll say there's enough. These are big ass turkeys. We're abnormally small to make this work.
Whatever's correct.
Yeah.
Can I finish making lunch and then sneak up on Mel and Jacob and scare the crap out of them with food?
Sure. Cook the food. How well do you do?
Yeah, let's see if I
Yeah,
scare them with
performance
the food. That is a... what is that, a performance? I
Yeah.
forgot what we were doing for this check.
Yes, sir.
That is a 19.
Good food?
Made questionable sandwiches.
Pretty good sandwiches.
I'm gonna say, like,
A
Grilled
19
turkey?
out of 20.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
baller sandwich.
It's a grilled turkey sandwich with a slab of elk meat on it.
elk bacon.
Yeah, there you go. It's like Thanksgiving.
It's
Alright,
a
then.
TBLT.
So, what, you're going to roll a stealth to sneak up on us?
Yep.
Do I roll a perception check?
You are actively looking for things. I'd
Yeah,
say that's
yeah,
fair.
who knows?
You're
Maybe
looking-
I
she's
perceive
looking-
something.
I think
Straight at the ground,
you
though.
don't get his aid.
Jacob?
Jacob is also looking
Okay.
independent.
That's a 23 for my stealth check.
That would be a passive of 9.
You adequately sneak up on the both.
Mel screams and karate chops.
Yeah, I don't think those feathers are going to be enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if I hit him. Do I need to roll to see if I hit?
Yeah. If that's what you want to do, roll the hit.
I kind of do, actually. Do I have anything to plus this to an unarmed attack?
Yeah, you'd be proficient plus your strength bonus.
Oh, that's a 10 to hit.
Oh, that misses.
No.
That misses.
Don't do that.
Just keeping you on your toes. I
You
brought
scare the
food.
shit
I
out of
might have
Jacob as well.
died.
He's got tears in his eyes.
You made, look what you did.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jacob. Okay.
I thought you were another one of the zombie creatures.
Oh, I'm not. I brought food. I'm going to hand him a sandwich.
Shakily takes it.
Apology lunch,
Thank you.
jerk.
As I'm like patting Jacob on the back, I'm going to hand Mel a sandwich. It's like, this is yours.
I'll take the sandwich.
Did you guys find any good feathers?
Yeah, we found all kinds of feathers. We got big ones and little ones and white ones and turkey ones. And
I think he wants them to be about that long.
I don't know. I'm helping. He can sort it out later.
Yeah, unless you're making a pillow, I don't think some of these are going to work.
He can sort it out later. We're helping.
All right.
So you head back to camp. You guys are still killing some time looking. Go ahead and roll another perception for me.
I'm keeping James in front of me.
James or Jacob?
James. I want James where I can see him.
Okay.
That's a 16. I'm much more alert now.
Now that your eyes have been opened thoroughly, you You get a little bit back in the shrubbery, and you do find a couple of turkey carcasses that have just been destroyed.
Oh.
As if out of rage, not like something you'd expect an animal to do. There is a bit of turkey here, a bit of turkey there, a bit of turkey there.
Olmoc's okay, right?
It's not fresh. It didn't happen today.
A Mel wouldn't be able to tell that.
You can see that the blood is pretty much been sucked into the ground.
Okay. I don't know if Mel would know how to
Fair.
comprehend what she's looking at, but
And with that, you see that Jacob also sees this. These turkeys have been destroyed.
If it's not fresh, it probably smells awful.
yeah. Oh, okay. Let's keep going. How far from camp are we at this point?
Like a 5-minute walk, you can see it easily.
So like
You're not
maybe 300-400 yards.
Sure.
Okay,
You have the lung capacity to probably scream back to camp if that's your goal. But
I'm not going to. I don't want to make Jacob any more nervous since somebody's got him terrified. And I do have James with me, who at least has some ability to defend ourselves. So I'm just like, we should mention this when we get back to camp.
you go ahead and roll a perception too.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought you went back to camp.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. That is a passive 14.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
She points out the turkeys to you.
Oh. Ugh.
Yeah, that's not that's not normal, right? Is that normal?
I don't think so. Can I investigate them closer to see if
Absolutely.
I can see like claw marks or like what did this?
Yes. Go ahead and roll an investigation.
Ew.
Yeah. That's an 18.
You see, you're able to gather that there's probably like 3 or 4 turkeys here. None of which are even remotely intact anymore. There are feathers everywhere. And the thing that you start noticing, especially considering you just helped cut these turkeys in half to get them smoking, I'm assuming you helped with that.
Yeah.
The major organs are gone. There's no liver, there's no heart. There's no, the guts are still there. The gross guts are still there.
Yeah. The viscera is still there, but not the, okay.
Major organs are gone. There is absolutely deep slash marks into the meat. The meat itself doesn't seem to have been eaten much. Just the organs are gone.
All right. And like, can I tell like what kind of, like how many claw marks there are? Like, are there 5-digit claw marks? Or is it like less?
Looking close, it's 4.
Okay.
Occasionally, maybe it might be 5. You see definitely some aggressive, what you determine to be like bite marks, with claws coming away from the bite.
Gotcha. So I'll probably mention that to Mel as quietly so that Jacob can hear.
If you genuinely don't want Jacob to hear, let's go ahead and roll stealth, I guess.
Okay. Hopefully I'm not too stealthy that you can't hear me either.
With you
What?
wanting her to hear you, we'll say she can hear you.
Okay. That is an 18 for stealth.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to do it without Jacob being aware.
Okay. They don't have any of the organ. All of the organs are gone. Like the heart, the liver.
That's not normal, right? I don't know. I'm not a wild animal.
Like with how torn up these things are, it was methodical in taking the organs, but they didn't really eat the whole heck of a lot of the meat.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, some did this on purpose, but like very angrily.
Hey, Jacob. I've got an idea. Let's do a race. Let's see who can get back to camp the fastest. And I like basically throw all the feathers at James and be like, see you in 5. And so then I'm hoping Jacob will fall for it and we'll race back to camp.
I'm basically a ninja. You're gonna lose.
All right. On the count of 3, ready, 3.
There he goes.
And I go after him.
I'm going to start walking back to camp, throwing out the feathers that are useless.
Seems like this is your strong point. I don't think you've got to roll this yet. I'm assuming athletics is one of your best stats. Otherwise, that's a weird build.
Actually, that would be acrobat. Well,
We can argue
no.
acrobatics, leaping over.
I've got, it's about the same. I've got a +3.
So go ahead and roll just to see how badly your ridiculously in shape self whoops this kid.
6.
Oh,
I want Jacob to win. I let him win.
Ironically, he rolled a 6. So
So
you
I'm
let him win, and that's the only reason he does. He's surprisingly not swift.
looking at this kid and like,
Oh,
do you have asthma, Jacob?
no, I haven't run.
I thought you guys were going to race. We got back around the same time.
Do you not do? I thought you did sports. Didn't you do sports?
I did T-ball the once.
Oh, that doesn't even count.
Mom tried to make me do soccer, but I talked her out of it.
Jacob, my friend, you and I need to start jogging together in the mornings.
Why would we do it on purpose?
It's fun, I promise.
I can taste blood.
You can taste blood. Wow.
Saying, Jacob, it's a new world out there, and I think it's important that we all have the ability to run in the event that we need to. So we're going to do a little, you're going to go on, I think you and I should go on some runs together. I'll go easy on you, I promise.
Oh, God. Okay. As long as it's not as hard as that just was.
It won't be.
I think Emery and Olnok are playing tic-tac-toe in the dirt.
Nice.
Nice.
Has anyone seen Elliot? Is Elliot not currently moving? Where's Elliot?
Elliot, we need,
I'm over here. I'm
So-
checking on the meat.
It's
What?
daytime. You can see him.
we'll go
It's
over to,
daytime. All right.
yeah, James
thought
and I
that-
will go
anyway.
over to Elliot and tell him what we
You
saw.
just fed them lunch. It's only daytime.
I
Elliot,
thought that with the whole dark vision, I couldn't see him at all.
I assume during the daytime you're not using your dark vision,
Not usually.
so he doesn't disappear.
I didn't know that was something you could turn off.
I'm not gonna lie. If there's an eclipse right now, Mel will lose her shit. That's just one thing too many.
What?
If there's an eclipse right now, Mel will lose her shit. That's just one thing too many.
Eclipse?
An eclipse.
An eclipse.
Eclipse.
Oh!
An eclipse.
There we go.
Like
When the moon
she'll go
moves in
full
front of the
on.
sun.
Yeah, she'll go like full on medieval here.
I know,
We're all
no.
gonna die.
No, I was thinking of like a chip clip or something. Like a bag clip.
clips.
Eclipse. Eclipse.
So when Mel and Jacob were out collecting feathers, here they are, by the way.
Oh,
Couple
thanks.
of
Hey,
bedrooms.
that's not as many as I gave you. What'd you do with them all?
It's
Hey,
fine.
you know what? He's talking. Shh. Go play with Jacob.
This is important.
So I kindly brought them lunch, because it was lunchtime, and we noticed
He made Jacob cry.
there was a bunch of dead turkeys. Not the ones that we killed. The bunch that were just like torn and shredded, and most of the meat wasn't eaten, but the organs were gone.
Do wild animals normally do that? Is that a thing?
No, that's not normal for wild animals to do that.
I mean,
I've heard stories of wolves doing things like that, but I don't know if those stories are true.
It's just like 400 yards from camp.
I'm going to try describing the claw marks.
Okay.
Do these sound familiar? Like, we can just go and look at them.
Okay. I'll go walk over and go look at the things.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I'll make an investigation
Yep.
on it. I, the player, have a guess, but I don't know what Elliot will come up with. Yeah, Elliot's got no idea. He's like, that's weird.
There are definitely some massacred turkeys over there.
Yep, these are turkeys.
Well, we're going to have to...
If you care, I wrote 3 on my investigation, so.
Ow.
Yeah. Okay.
Huh, that's weird. I'll go back to camp.
Yeah, all right. Guess we'll keep an eye out for a turkey organ-stealing monster.
Yeah, maybe they're selling them on the black market.
Oh, yeah. The organ trade for turkeys.
And we're a
must be
long
crazy.
way from Thanksgiving, so nobody's going for giblet gravy, so I don't know.
Mel will spend the afternoon teaching Jacob the wonders of interval training.
Oh my God,
Fucking
poor
kid.
kid.
Oh, God.
You are torturing
Are
him.
you doing the pacer?
Oh.
Putting him through the ringer, dude.
It's good for him.
Or Jacob's going to have a point of exhaustion tomorrow.
That's
mean-
fine. If he sleeps well, it means that whatever crazy thing happens next, he might sleep through.
Aside from the interval training, is there anything else?
Dinner, which is, surprise, more elk.
Yeah, and all I'm doing is just tending the fire, making sure that everything's the right temperature and smoking well, and I'm not working hard. That's kind of just occasionally go over, check on the horses, make sure they've had water and are in good shape. Just kind of I'm just puttering around camp.
Oh,
Perfect.
Between intervals, Mel's going to ask Jacob something she should have thought to ask like a month ago. Where were you from?
Well, we were supposed to be moving to our new town. I grew up in Orem.
Utah?
Yeah.
Oh,
we were-
no wonder this hurts. You've got elevation problems.
Dad had just gotten a new job in Castle Rock. So we were moving there. We were just in our car and the moving truck was supposed to be behind us. Is that where you're taking me? Is back to Castle Rock so I can find my mom?
Maybe. We might be going through that area, and if that's the case, then maybe we can find some family or something. Did you guys have relatives over there besides your parents?
Not in Castle Rock. Grandma lived in Utah. I
Cousins?
have an aunt somewhere.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know where she lives, though. She just comes and visits.
Does she happen to be a nun?
No.
Oh, okay. Just curious.
I think she was a counter. I think she did the accounting for her company.
Like an accountant, maybe?
Yeah, that sounds right. She kept saying she was an accountant.
Well, they do refer to themselves as bean counters sometimes.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. But I don't know what she counted. I doubt it was beans.
Props not.
But yeah. What do you mean maybe? Like, you might be. Where else am I going?
Well, we don't know exactly where we're going, and
So you can take me
potentially, yeah.
there. I miss my mom.
Yeah,
My dad.
I miss my mom and dad too. But that's okay. We'll find everybody someday.
My dad's so tough, I know he got away from those bikers.
I hope so.
He's stronger than most dads.
I bet he is. Okay, ready for your next interval?
No.
Come on.
Sorry I didn't run fast earlier. I'll run faster next time, I promise.
Oh, the poor kid. Oh.
Come on, it's fun, I promise.
I didn't mean anything by it.
Okay, last one. Last one, and we'll call it a day.
Well, you said last time.
And this time I mean it.
He begrudgingly gets ready. You guys run.
Yeah.
If there's not anything else anybody wants to do today, the day can pass safely and uneventfully. You feel confident that you could leave the turkeys on the smoker overnight, they'd be fine. You could take them off the smoker, it gets cold enough, they'll be fine.
I can also
dealer's choice
blast
it.
chill them before we go
Oh,
to bed.
yeah, let's do that. Yeah, they've
Test
had the
gentle
day to
repose
cook and then to
of-
freeze them. That'd be great. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, I'll frostbite the hell out of those turkeys.
Perfect.
I give them some extra spice because I couldn't hit them when they were alive.
You succeed this time. They don't dodge. They fail their constitution checks.
Don't worry, you'll get him next time.
I got them this time. I don't know what you're talking about.
And with that, we can go for watches if you want. Otherwise, if there's anything you particularly want to do, or this evening could just kind of pass uneventfully.
Yeah, I figured Elliot and Olnock would just spend the entire night sleeping. Don't have to worry about watches.
Yeah, I think the other three of us can manage.
Yeah, I would very much enjoy that.
Perfect. So yeah, you guys, the night passes uneventfully. The people who do take watches, you do hear plenty of sounds of wildlife. You do hear the howls of wolves and coyotes out in the distance. You hear one wolf off by itself fairly frequently. It's a little louder and a little deeper sounding than the other wolves that you're hearing in the area, but it's a fair bit to the south of you. But other than that, the night does pass pretty uneventfully. You're able to wake up. Everybody's lost their exhaustion that had it. And the rest of you get a long rest and get your spell slots and all that fun stuff for the whole 2 you spent yesterday. Hey there, listener. I'm here with a quick ad break. As always, thank you for listening. We are having a blast making this, and we appreciate you joining us on this ride. Secondly, we have a new non-sponsored ad. As you've heard at the end of every episode, we use Epidemic Sound to source almost all of our music and sound effects. If you are a content creator of any kind, Epidemic Sound is offering you a free 7-day trial of their program. After that, plans start at just $9.99 a month. With a paid membership, you gain access to over 40,000 music tracks and over 90,000 sound effects. You have unlimited downloads, publishing rights for anywhere online, and the ability to monetize your channels. As you've heard through our episodes, the content selection is broad and high quality, and they couldn't make building a soundtrack any easier. Head on over to our podcast description where you can find our referral code to gain access to Epidemic Sound and help support our podcast. While you're looking through our podcast description, make sure to check out our Pinecast referral as well. Pinecast is the easy one-stop shop platform for hosting a podcast, and with our referral code, you get 40% off for 4 months when you sign up for a paid plan the first time. If you're looking for a different way to support the podcast, please leave us a review on your podcasting app of choice. Like, follow, and subscribe to us on our social media. And of course, word of mouth is the best way to help us spread. Thank you again for joining us on this adventure. And now we're back to the episode.
With that, it is morning. You guys are you're headed back, so you're able to break down camp, no problem. Elliot, being the ranger that he is, make sure both fires are thoroughly snuffed, I would assume, before you leave. You're able to do so. Nice thing having Oak Creek right there is you do have enough water to drown him thoroughly and bury him in the dirt around you, all that good stuff. It's pretty soft soil up in that area, so you can bury him easily as well.
I also want to take the time to kind of show everybody, like, hey, we don't really need to do this, but I can see possibly in the future, I'm going to spend some time and kind of show them how to clean up the fire pit to the point where you can't really tell it was a fire pit.
Okay.
Not that we need to do it, but I could see in the future that we might need to, and I kind of want to show everybody and have everybody practice a little bit. So literally take things like picking up some of your fire rocks and scraping the black off and then putting them down and then trying to clean it up. Because I just want everybody to go, yeah, we might need at some point pass without a trace if we can help it. So I just want you guys to see. So I want everybody to practice a little bit. We're not going to push hardcore and then I'll kind of go, yeah, you missed a spot there and you missed that. But I just want everybody to start that we might get to the point where we might need to do that. So
James will probably throw in his 2 cents too, because he'll probably have experience with high campfires.
Yeah, between the two of you, you both teach each other some tricks from different perspectives. Elliot's is definitely far more the nature perspective, but you're able to pitch in a cent or two about how to blend into a more urban environment as well. By the time you guys are done, there's not a lot of evidence that anybody was here.
Hey, look at that. We're just like the elves. The grass ain't growing better, but hey.
The grass is kind of bent down and patted down, but you're confident that as this frost melts, the plants will perk back up and they'll be fine.
It might take a day or two. Good job, everybody. It looks good. Camp looks good.
Mel, you forgot a pole.
Oh, hey, yeah, I might need that. Oops. I'm looking at the square spot where my tent was for 2 days. Is that going to be a problem, do you think?
For, like, the grass?
Like, in the future, if we're trying to look like we weren't there, is the big square tent thing a problem?
It could be. There's nothing we can do about it today, but it's something to be aware of.
I don't want to sleep outside. It's scary.
Oh, it's beautiful. You can see the stars and everything.
Yeah, I know. And without lights, you see way more stars out here now.
Soft and squishy.
Yeah, and it's been, a month? So the skies are clearing up. It's like the nights are getting really gorgeous.
It won't help your back, but next time you can always just harder packed earth. Don't put it on grass. Your tent.
Oh, okay.
Excellent. With that, you guys are able to saddle the horses up, taking the extra care from the things you've learned in the past, and speaking with said horses, and you're able to set off back south towards Rifle. As you're going, the travel's fair. The weather's been nice still this whole time. You haven't really had even so much in the way of clouds. The worst weather is just it's kind of chilly. But you're heading back down south. You pass random municipal building with a tennis court. You're back on asphalt road again, traveling south. You're not seeing too much of anything overly exciting. You get back down to the watering hole that the prison utilized.
I'm going to keep my bow out the entire time we're passing remotely close to that prison.
Are you wanting to look at the prison?
Not necessarily look at the prison, just, have my bow out, ready just in case.
I think we should look at. I want to look at the prison.
Wow.
Good
It
old
unsettles me
perception.
too. as
I
we walk
don't.
past.
Nothing good can come of this.
I don't think it's good, and that's why I'm looking. 17.
Anybody else who wants to can, you're all there.
That is a dirty 20.
18.
All right, all three of you see that you can't tell if you saw this on the way up. You guys didn't perceive the prison particularly last time. But you do see there's obvious signs of either a break-in or out. Lots of broken glass on the main, on one of the bigger buildings. The biggest building there has got very obvious broken glass. There is a door laying next to the hole the door should be on.
I think Emery pulls up on her reins and stops her. Whoa, hold on, look at that. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Elle sees that and says, "This is why I didn't want to look at it," and keeps going.
Yeah, Elliot's gonna look over and he's like, "Huh, that's interesting. Hey, we got to get this meat back. We got to start tanning a hide."
Ew, that's gonna be gross.
Yeah, it's
isn't
gonna
it?
be nasty. I want to get this job done as quick as I can.
That's a good point. I just didn't notice that on the way out.
Hey, look at it this way. If they were locked in, they've broken out, everybody's not dead. Win-win.
And who breaks into a prison anyway?
Something that's hungry.
Just-
I mean, I don't know if normal people would bust a door like that.
La 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 la. Hey, Jacob, look at
If
that
you-
bird over there in the sky. And she pointedly looks at James like, "Stop with the scary."
He's
Shit.
right though. Like someone, even if they're just breaking out of prison, they wouldn't destroy it like that. I don't think.
Maybe
Do
they
you?
were really angry about being in prison.
I mean,
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to Hulk out
Fair.
and bust a door down like that.
And Elliot's just gonna look and he's gonna go, "You know what? I'm not gonna go borrowing trouble. I got enough trouble of my own.
Sure, fair.
I mean, if you guys want to go, I'll go. But
I never thought I'd say this. I'm with Elliot on this one. We got enough of our own problems.
I don't think you're wrong. I just think that might be something that we might have to deal with either way.
Yeah, because
the nearest
There's
population area is Rifle.
there's no time like tomorrow.
hey, I like that. Is that one of them new sayings?
It just became one.
what do you think, Olnok?
I don't know. I feel like we should be on alert. Something.
As we continue in the opposite direction.
My point is, I don't think it's the opposite direction. If someone broke out of there, you're heading to Rifle one way or another,
And it
right?
could be around us. We don't know where it is, whatever it might be.
All the more reason why we should keep moving. And maybe we can get to Rifle before it does.
All right.
And get our bows. And then skedaddle. Oh, God, I can't believe I just said skedaddle.
Oh, look at you. Starting to learn some proper English.
No.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's right,
Bonding.
though. Let's be alert. Let's keep our eyes peeled. I don't like this.
All right, you guys continue on past the prison. As I said last time, the road kind of comes to the north side of the prison, and then it shifts a little bit westward, kind of around the front face of the prison, and then it continues along the west side of the prison. So as you head further south, I'm assuming those of you who were interested in prison continue to look at said prison.
Yeah.
That one building looks like it went through hell and back. You could see evidence of the other buildings having been opened up, nowhere near with that level of intensity. You see, you rolled the net 20, or the dirty 20, right?
Yeah.
You see a body laying outside one of the doors.
Ooh, would it rain in the horse is like, body.
And the rest of you, once he points it out, you can find it. It is very obviously dead. It is not moving. It does not appear to have been moving.
Sensing Mel's nervousness, I think her horse discovers a trot. I don't know how to make it stop, and I don't think I want to. Let's go.
But that's all you see. There's one building wrecked. There's a couple doors open. There is a body in the field.
Okay. I feel like now might be a good time to see what maybe killed it. Maybe it was the same that killed Turkey.
Elliot's going to rein to a stop, and he's going to say, if you guys want to go check it out, we can. But the question I've got, if it is a body, and it looks like it, there's nothing we can do about it. Number two, are we going to gain anything by going over there?
Yeah, we can learn what killed it, maybe. It's got the same claw marks. It could have been that guy that we saw before.
Why do we want to know?
I mean, Mike says if you guys want to talk, we'll go over there. But
I'm curious.
whatever the group decides, I'll go with.
All right, where this building is situated, again, this is a minimum security. There is no fence. You can ride directly to the body. You don't have to go through a main entrance and tour this campus to get there. The building that it's outside of is one of the 3 T-shaped buildings I described earlier, and it is kind of standing up by itself. And it's, I don't know, maybe a 5-minute ride from the road. It's not a hard-to-get-to place.
See, look at that. You don't even have to get off the horse.
I'm like 50 yards away. I haven't realized you guys have stopped yet. When I do, I cuss. God damn it.
I'm going to whistle
There's a kid
loud.
on the back of your horse.
Hey, Mel, we're going to go check this out.
Of course we are. And then I figure out how to turn the horse around.
You do have the boy on your horse.
I do have the boy on my horse, so I'm okay hanging back a bit, but I'm not too far back.
When you come back, he says, do you want me to take Jacob while you get your horse under control?
I'm good. I got it turned around. Frankly, I was good with the trot, but it's
Okay.
All right, as you guys progress towards the body, you do notice that none of your horses are particularly stoked. They're not, freaking out, but you are having to persuade them in that direction. But you're able to get up to the body. What you see is that this body has been absolutely destroyed. You can see that for free.
We kept Jacob far enough back.
I'm gonna say, what is a horse's rate of movement?
I think it's
40 foot around.
40 feet. So I'm gonna stay the equivalent of 1 round behind them.
Okay.
I was gonna say I would be surprised if Mel got close.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay 40 feet back. So we probably can't really see, except that it's a dead body from there. I would think.
Is it like werewolf destroyed, like claw marks and all that, or is it like zombie apocalypse destroyed, where it's like?
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Okay.
Can I assist? Because I am curious as well.
How are you assisting her look?
You should just also look.
Poking it.
Yeah, that's true. I will also do an investigation check then.
And anybody else who went up there can if they would like to.
Oh,
I got a 4.
Can I put on some
That
gloves
corpse
that I
has
have?
a 5? Okay, the two of you who rolled poorly see that this corpse
It is
is
demolished.
in pieces.
I got a 19.
You see
okay.
all of the same markings you saw for that turkey. The meat is still there. The gut has been completely ripped open. The liver is missing.
So I don't even have to actually peek, poke and prod to look
Not
for
really.
it. Okay.
Yeah. You can see there's a big old hole in the chest, chest area that has a chunk missing out of it, you presume to be the heart. You see the throat's been ripped open.
Well, it certainly wasn't done by a surgeon, but all the organs are missing, just like the turkeys.
I don't like this at all.
I don't like this at all.
Is this like a guard uniform, an inmate uniform? Inmate?
This one's an inmate, yes.
Does he have his brain?
Yeah, the head's more or less intact.
Okay, so
I mean, the head's been definitely crushed, but it wasn't lobotomied.
okay.
We can rule out zombies. It didn't go after the brain.
Do zombies do that?
Have you not watched any zombie media ever?
For like 5 minutes, Mel's like, can we go, like,
How
please?
can he tell how fresh? I can't tell. Can James tell how fresh it looks? Fresher than the turkeys?
Fresher than the turkeys. The blood has not been completely absorbed in the ground
So this happened like today.
Relatively recently.
recently. You would guess. I mean, you're not a crime scene inspector,
Yeah,
right?
no.
Not a forensic scientist.
I'm the dude doing the crimes.
You sig-
Not usually this crime.
You're able to make, with that good of a roll, you're able to make a ballpark guess that maybe with how cool it is, that's helped preserve it a bit at night. But you're guessing last 24 to 36 hours.
Okay. With the amount of blood that this guy lost, are there like bloody footprints leading away from this dude? Are there tracks of any sort leading away from him?
Let's have you roll a fresh either nature or investigation.
Okie dokie.
This is a specifically different thing you're looking for now.
Investigation.
And you guys, if you would like to, can assist or also roll.
There's a 16.
None of my dice are rolling shit. I rolled a 5 on that one.
15.
Okay, the two of you are able, you in particular, actually, because I don't think you ever found it, see the same not a bear, not a wolf paw.
Oh, yeah.
Hey
These
guys,
some weird tracks.
that's the same tracks as that last thing that we were looking for. You think Griff did this?
Possibility. Which direction are the tracks heading? Are they heading towards the rifle?
Yes.
We did send him off towards town.
One thing worth noting, because these are fresher tracks than what you've seen, the distance between strides is fairly impressive, indicating either this thing was gigantic or it was booking shit.
My God, he's Bigfoot.
Big legs.
Wendigo
Bigfoot
stuff.
tracks look like human tracks. That's an entirely different thing. I think maybe we should get our hustle on.
Yeah, let's pick up the pace. Yeah. Oh God.
I'm not comforted by knowing more, but we know more. That's what I'll
Mel's
say about
prediction
that.
has come true.
Mel knows nothing. She was 40 feet away on the back of a horse, trying to be as perceptive as possible, which is not easy for her.
So, to keep it attempt to keep it PG for Jacob, I'm just gonna say like he's like the turkeys that we found, and there's tracks heading the same way we are. So we got a buggy.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's going pretty fast, it looks like.
Oh, fuck.
And it looks like the tracks that we found around camp the other day.
We found tracks around camp.
Yeah, Olnak apparently found tracks. I'm just as surprised as you are.
That's news to me.
This was
Right,
like
I didn't
2
tell
days
anybody.
ago.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Wait, didn't you tell us?
no.
No, somebody
I
else found
them
tracks
and then
told.
forgot to
other
tell
people.
anyone.
I thought you talked to Elliot about it.
No, I didn't say shit to nobody.
He rolled an intelligence or wisdom check or whatever it was to see if he remembered.
And he
past his
did not.
ADHD.
I did not.
He did not.
I didn't tell
right.
anyone.
That's right.
So he had that conversation with you two, and neither of you know what the fuck he's talking about. Someone else
You
found
saw-
those tracks.
He apparently saw
independently.
tracks outside of camp 2 days ago and didn't tell us.
Elliot's got to kind of look at him and grimace in consternation and just kind of shake his head.
I meant to tell someone, and it didn't happen.
For the record, I don't remember who it was, but one of the four of you also saw those tracks independently.
I think it was James.
Okay.
Who also
think
neglected to tell anybody.
If it was James, then those tracks indeed look very familiar to you as well.
Cool. I'm not going to tell the group that I also saw some tracks.
Mel's wavering between terror and anger, and so she's just sort of vibrating with a.
Are you trying to be quiet too?
Yes, I am. I am trying so hard to be quiet right now.
You look like my mom did after I brought my report card home.
I think Mel's about to unlock some new magic. I don't know if it's happening or not.
All right. Well, anything else you want to do on Prison Grounds? Or are we headed south?
We're headed south.
Faster
rifle
than
as
we were
fast as
before? Why are we moving faster? It's not like this is gonna help.
All right. So you guys continue.
Maybe we can
on.
get to the Bower before he dies a horrible, painful death.
Well, yeah, we're wanting
That's
him
the
to make
purpose of
bows.
going faster. Yeah.
Right, as long as we can agree on our goal.
So you guys pick up the pace a little bit. It's a long enough ride. You're not gonna gallop there. Your horses can't do that. But you can less dilly-dally, more intentionally travel there. And as you travel the rest of the trip, it's a pretty area. I did remember to look at the map this time. And the order of events leaving the prison goes to the lake next, where again you see people fishing. It looks pretty unbothered right now.
They all have all their organs.
You would assume so.
Considering they're peacefully fishing.
None of them are wearing medical bracelets. They're all more or less upright.
Are we going to pass pretty close to anybody on the lake?
If you would like to, we can say yes.
It's not way far out of the way. I mean,
Yeah, no, the road goes right next to them.
All right. I wanna, when we get up to one, preferably a group, but at least one, and I want to swing over and let them know that to keep on alert. We've seen some tracks. I don't know if there's a pack of wolves or if there's a bear running around, but you and anybody that you see, just keep your eyes open and just be aware that something's hungry out there. So we're headed into town, but you guys, if you're staying out here, just share it, that be on alert.
And I would like to add to that and ask them if they've seen a gentleman with a very ragged shirt clothes, describe the not werewolf that we've seen.
Well, first off, thank you, mister. Warning's greatly appreciated. We haven't had many folks come from up that way. Not a whole hell of a lot out there. So appreciate that. Why? What? I mean, there's cats and wolves all over this area. What's got you particularly concerned there, sir?
Don't know. There looks like there's been some trouble up at the prison there, so just unusual.
Oof.
So just wanted people to know. It's not like you can listen to the radio and get it out. So we gotta kind of just share information. We're coming from that way, headed this way. That's what we saw. So
We appreciate the warning there, sir. And as for you there, yeah, I think I remember seeing somebody match that description coming through. I think it was a fair bit earlier this morning. It didn't look to be, you're describing a feller. I'm assuming you described him the same way I described him to you last time.
Yeah.
Kind of emaciated and tired.
Yep.
That'd be the one big difference is, his clothes were beating all the shit. Looks like he could have bought a new pair of shoes a while ago. But, he looked healthy as a horse, walking along pretty confidently. I didn't notice anything too awful sickly about the boy. Well, that actually surprised me because, again, he's the only other guy I've seen come up from that way. And he looked fine. Looked like he'd been doing pretty good up there.
All right. He's an acquaintance of ours, so we were trying to keep track of him.
Well, it looks like your friend fared better up there than a lot of folks do in town.
we're good. Well,
Other
thank
than
you.
the clothes.
We appreciate the info.
Unsettled.
Absolutely. You have yourself a good rest of your day.
Good luck with your
Mel's
fishing.
whimpering like a lost
Thank you.
puppy.
Glad to see you ain't casting the line in here. This here's our fishing spot. Been fishing here for 43 years.
All right. Good luck. I never caught shit out of that lake. I hope you do better than I did.
I caught a whopper last year. I'm hoping he had to be about 7 feet long. Big old pike. Monster.
It's like a water.
I hate to interrupt
alright.
what is a riveting fishing story, but we got to head on.
All right. Well, you have a good day.
Yeah, you as well.
As
Tip my virtual hat.
you continue on south. After the lake headed back towards Rifle is when you encounter the golf course. It would have come before the lake on your trip up. And again, pretty similar scene there. You see golfers golfing.
Nothing stops those people.
You see...
Lightning will get their attention.
You see another, maybe the same, maybe a different young man. He's out trimming a different hole this time. He's out there trimming the green. And as you continue forward, you end up by the bowling alley, and it spits you right back out into downtown Rifle. And you're headed straight back to Pete, not Pat.
Pete Rodriguez.
Pete's place. So you're able to get there, no problem. Town looks as good as it did when you left it.
Okay. We get to the driveway. I'm going to car down the driveway. Pete, it's Elliot Brandy Bang. We're coming up.
Don't shoot.
A couple minutes later, Pete opens up the door, comes out to you, and he's like, you guys made it. You came back. Yeah, it looks like you had a pretty darn successful trip there.
That went pretty good.
Just surprised.
Hunting's a fickle game on a good day, and you folks ain't exactly from around here, so it was a gamble as to whether you're even going to come back.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Oh, yeah, we need those bows. We definitely do. All right, well, here's your feathers, and we're going to get started out here in the yard on this hide.
Perfect. If you don't mind, ask you a favor if you wouldn't mind doing that on the other side of the fence at least, so the scent's as far from the house as possible. I've got a rack back there. That's where I do my tanning.
Oh, you do have a rack. Oh, that'll make a lot easier. I need your scrapers.
Awful.
I did not have hide scrapers. Can I borrow yours?
Absolutely. I got some. I can even show you how to make some out of bone for future if you want. Bone scrapers are still the best tanning scrapers they got.
Oh, I'm going to call bullshit. I know obsidian's better.
Well, that may be.
They're just hard to find big enough.
But yeah, if he goes inside, he grabs his scrapers, brings them up to you.
Oh, thank God. This is so hard to do with a knife.
So you go on the other side of the fence. You see he's got himself his tanning rack set up. It's decent. It's not like the Cadillac of tanning racks, but it'll get the job done.
It's a hoop. It worked.
Yep.
So I thank him. So I'll have, all right, and I'm going to take Jacob especially, but I'm going to show everybody. We're going to get the hide unrolled out. I'm going to show him how to lace it up on the rack. We're going to get the fire going because we got to start making the tanning solution, and we're going to start boiling the brains, and we're going to start.
Okay, that was what.
Yep. And it's like, I don't have tannin salts. I don't know if he does, but this is the way they used to do it. It smells worse, but it works. And I'll get that fire going to get that. And then I'm going to just take everybody and I'm going to show them, okay, see all this on the inside? We're scraping this off, but we don't want to scrape through the leather. We're not trying to thin it. It's not hard to do. It's just smelly and nasty and awful, and it just takes a long time. So I show each and everybody how to do it some, and then just take turns. When your arms are too tired, pass it to the next guy, and we'll get this done quicker.
Mel prestidigitates some more peppermint scarves.
Hey, give me one of them damn scarves. This is nasty.
No problem.
It does. It smells way worse. Way worse. You're trying to use Mage Hand? Let's go ahead and have an Arcana roll there.
If you poke a hole in this hide...
I'm going to very delicately attempt, because I understand after Elliot told me that it's very, very delicate.
I don't know if 10 pounds of pressure will do much of anything, honestly.
Check it. That's a natural one.
Yeah, you tear a good spot in this hide.
Fuck. Okay. Well, my bad.
God damn it. Quit fucking around. I'm not going back up here to get another elk.
Well, I mean, he really only needed it for the hand pieces, right? I mean, we don't need that much elk, right? Maybe?
It's the principle of it.
And you do know this part is payment.
Would you...
Less supply.
Would you like a prestidigitated scarf so you can touch it?
Yes,
hey,
please.
wait. Somebody said they could fix the elves. Didn't they fix something?
Right. Can we mend it?
I've got mending.
Hey!
I can try mending on it.
See if you can fix that hole.
Just for fun, roll an Arcana.
Okay.
I'm going to try holding the pieces together to
My Arcana is not good, and I've been rolling like trash.
But
Well, we're
now it's
helping.
time
He's holding it together to help her.
We need all the help we can get.
There's a nat 20 and a 3.
You
Was it
undo
21?
the damage his nat 1 did.
Okay, thanks. Now quit. Just do it the way I showed you to do it.
The mage hand's gonna hand me the.
Perfect. If there's not anything else in particular you want to do today, that can kill your day.
I'm going to take a bath at the end of the day.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. I also think that we should set watches, even though we're in theory in town in a quote unquote safe place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely want to spend this evening. I mean, we're going to get things started when Pete comes out. I definitely want to give him a pretty in-depth what we saw. We want to tell him about Griff, tell him what we suspect, and that, hey, you need to keep an eye. Anybody that you know, talk to them.
I think we're crazy.
Just keep an eye about. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to try to tell him about thinking he's a werewolf, but we ran into a weird guy, and there's something bad happened at the jail or prison, and just keep your eye open because we don't know what's going on, but we have suspicions, but no proof on anything.
We'll play that conversation through then. So Pete comes out. We'll say after you guys have had your supper, you ate, got a campfire going, and you're kind of just doing the end of the night. The hides, you're pretty much done with the hide. The
It's
sun's
got a
set.
cure, but
So you can't really see well enough to do anything anyway. If you tried, you risk damage. And it's a pretty adequately done job considering 4/5 of you have never done it before. It's still a pretty adequate job. It's not gonna make the best coat you've ever worn or anything, but it's a solid leather. Once it finishes curing, you're confident that it'll be adequate payment for the quality of bows you know this man can produce. And so he comes out, brings a bottle out with him, sits down, and like, well, after that long out there in the cold, I'm sure you guys won't mind a little bit of whiskey to warm your cockles back up.
oh, that'd be much obliged.
Very much
It's a little Jim Beam, the good stuff here. Or Johnny Walker, that's what he drinks. He's a Johnny Walker basic.
It was like Jim
bottom
Beam's
barrel.
like the cheap one.
Yeah.
Jim Beam's terrible.
Right.
I
saved
drink
the-
it, but I'm not picky.
Better.
No,
Um,
no, it's not.
I saved the good stuff for when my friends come around, so here's the good stuff.
Hell
Thanks,
yes,
Pete.
Pete.
Thanks,
The Jack's
mister.
the daily drink, and this is the fancy stuff.
The
I
fancy
warm the
whiskey.
belly anyway. I'll take a healthy swig and then pass it.
So the hunting good up in that area still?
Pretty
Looks
fair.
like.
Pretty
Good.
fair. I'll tell him where we were and what we got, things that we saw that, to help him if he were to go again. It's kind of share the info that we discovered.
Perfect. I always figured you used to be the meanest codger that owned that chunk of land with them corrals on it. So you never actually got to set up camp there. He was a mean old codger. All he did is ride around on his ATV looking for people on his property. I don't think he ever actually ranched anything up there, but so I never actually got to hunt exactly that area. But I always saw a healthy head of elk.
His name wasn't Griff, was it?
No, it wasn't Griff. It was
Okay.
Frank L. Hart.
Griff was young.
Mean old codger. You got it. I swear he was old when I was a kid.
Did he have a grandson named Griff by chance?
I can't say that I got too familiar with the man. He didn't come to town often. And when he did, he wasn't exactly anybody's best buddy here. Just a mean old codger. But,
We didn't see any sign of him at all.
with how old he is, shit, he may well be dead. Wouldn't be surprised if that old fart had a pacemaker. Oh,
Oh God!
Oh,
I've never.
about that.
I didn't even think about that.
Lord, that's horrible. Oh,
All of us sit and have an existential crisis.
all of us are going. Oh God, Grandma.
they got Pastor Dan down at the local congregation.
Shit.
That's what did him in. Although everybody's frankly amazed it wasn't the sheer volume of bacon that man I guess in a roundabout way, it's still
I was
got 'em,
gonna
but-
say, I mean, I think that's
I mean, that did lend itself to the pacemaker.
Yeah.
See, Jacob, this is why it's very important to have balanced meals, lots of intervals, and kale chips.
So you
and
lost him
doing
on the
your-
last one.
and doing your cardio, I guess.
And that was the intervals. How's Jacob doing after yesterday?
And then riding
He's
on a
a little-
horse.
yeah.
Oh God, that
His legs
probably
are
was.
He's 4.
His legs are hurting, that's for darn
Yeah, I
sure.
bet that poor kid's a little stiff.
He's just laying on the ground with his legs splayed.
Yeah, he probably clocked out the moment that the tent was put back up.
I feel like that might be the quietest I've ever seen him, and he's just sprawled out in the backyard.
You gotta find this kid some comic books or something.
Right?
Be the boredest 7-year-old.
We don't do a
8-year-old.
good job of entertaining him.
Hey, sports are fun.
Sure.
I taught him
Running's
karate last week.
The karate's fun.
Hey, Jacob, do you want to do some karate tonight?
No.
Okay.
I should maybe coerce him into some stretching.
We'll consider this your rest day, but tomorrow morning it's yoga with me bright and early.
My rest day was riding a horse all day and then scraping deer guts off a blanket.
I hear tell this is what the country life is like. I don't know. It sucks. I'm not going to lie, Jacob. The country life sucks.
Yeah, Elliot, what was your childhood like?
I was digging in the dirt. I was a farmer.
So you didn't do yoga and karate and riding a horse, disemboweling things?
No. Well, no, we butchered a lot of chickens, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we need to
that's-
find this kid some.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I can just see it now as we're traveling across the mountains. There's Jacob on the back of the horse with a comic book stuck to Mel's back.
Oh, we found some tape.
Yeah, just taped to Mel's back.
Hey,
Well, we've
Pete,
got-
how's those bows coming along?
We're good. I got them pretty well
Shaped.
shaped out. Got them doing the thing now
Excellent.
that
Well,
has to happen to them.
Yeah. I think that hide will turn out okay. It's not. I wouldn't go trying to make a suit out of it. But,
It smells about right, unfortunately.
oh God.
Thank you
Yeah.
again for doing it on the other side of the fence. At least the missus I ain't got to hear her complaining about it all day.
I don't blame you. Yeah. Oh God. The old ways work, but
Yeah, there's a
Sounds
reason
so
we've moved on from a lot of them. Tell you what, I do miss cutting them down with something other than just a file and other things that I used today to shape them out. The coping saw. I'm sure I used one of them.
You can tell me your bandsaw went down?
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah.
Miss that thing. I didn't think I was going to miss with how often you break blades on those suckers, but now we ain't got one.
Hand tools from here on out till maybe we can fix this problem.
Hand sanding.
In your experience traveling out among these mountains, did you ever see any weird, like, cat, dog, bear laws? Don't look at me. I didn't see them. Ask them.
I've seen each of them individually. I've not seen a cat, bear, dog.
I'll
I think there was a stupid show my kids watched once about that.
I'll describe the tracks and the claw marks as best I can.
Are those, like, cougar tracks? Sorry, mountain lion?
That ain't cougar. Cougar don't do that to an animal.
Pumas.
That's a different word for cougar.
I know.
They still don't do that.
No.
Nor do mountain lions, for that matter.
Also cougars.
Black bears don't tend to leave a whole lot of meat behind after they make a kill. Most of your predatory animals, if they're going to go through the effort of killing something, they're going to eat it. They're usually living one meal to the next. They don't.
Or they'll drag them off and stash them and come back to the kill till it's gone.
I've never met one with a culinary preference, period, let alone only for organs. If they're going to make a kill, they're going to make a kill and they're going to get their fill.
Oh, we got a new predator in town.
Yeah, these are strange times, man.
You say you saw it At the prison?
We saw what was left of an inmate that had his internal organs removed.
Jacob, go to bed.
Oh, he's out.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's
Homie's done.
gone.
As soon as
I
the
say,
whiskey
Jacob, go to
came out,
bed.
he's
What
to
you
bed.
hear is
He's asleep next to you. He just
Yeah.
laid out, legs splayed.
He's done.
okay.
He's gone.
The only bite marks in the meat, I guess you could call it, was just to get it out of the way to get to the organs. There's a gigantic hole in his chest where his heart was.
Yeah, that ain't a critter I ever heard of.
Did the same
I've
thing.
heard stories of that back from, the books I used to read when I was a younger man.
You remember the story?
I do, but I don't really see much how it could possibly pertain to anything of substance.
Was it werewolves?
It was a wolf man from old Europe. There's tales of they called it a curse. You get again, this is all obviously fake nonsense. You guys look like you're taking this serious, but
We're just rattled.
We've seen some shit.
the alleged story, there's a couple different ways you could become a werewolf. One was to get bit and survive. That makes you a wolf man, a werewolf. There's tale that there was some cursed child from back in the deep, deep old world, like Mesopotamia area. The boy was an orphan raised in the wild by himself and turned into a feral critter. And his bite could curse you into being a werewolf. Or allegedly sleeping in the hide of a wolf, surrounded by the wolfsbane flower could do it. We ain't got a whole lot of wolfsbane out in this area.
No.
Mostly just sage up where you were. A little bit of wildflower, but we ain't got a lot of that in this area. Not this early, especially.
Do you think if we burned sage, it would purify everything?
It's a different kind of sage.
Oh, damn.
Well, you might.
It's well.
I mean, you might purify some stuff through eradication.
It's all better because there's nothing there.
That fire we had about 2 years back did its damnedest to burn this place down.
Suddenly, I'm not sorry I don't read. Like, I thought reading was fun. This sounds scary as hell.
Again, that story was more of a religious parable, a tale of the folly of man, more than it was, I think, ever meant to be taken serious as a monster story. More about the arrogance of man and the arrogance of science versus God's will. It's really more what that story was intended for. Just happened to use it, a horrifying wolfman monster, to deliver the penance through.
Well, there's a possibility that we met him.
You met an 400-year-old wolf man from Europe.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't say it like that.
Probably his
That
cousin.
sounds ridiculous.
Yeah. You ain't wrong there, miss. In fact, I tell you this story and y'all look like you're learning some stuff.
Oh, I learn things
Yeah,
every
be
day.
a little concerned here, folk.
Is that why you were trying to go for a trivia night?
Yes, I wanted to learn new things. And meet
Really?
people.
Okay.
That's a
that makes
long,
more sense.
long. It's not important, Pete.
You have more of a mind for literary analysis.
That was
than
in
I
the
would have
before
expected.
times.
I like it.
I mean that is a compliment.
I hoped so. I'm not, you only get about 7-8 bow orders a year, and I charge enough to make a living off it. So, I got some time on my hands.
Fair enough.
But, I mean, you've heard the term the mark of the beast, right?
Yeah.
It's that old, the Christian thing, mark of the beast, yada, yada, yada. They took it literal in that story. You get marked by the beast, you get bit by the beast, you get marked by it, you become the beast. And then you are a near unstoppable force that's unleashed upon the population of the area you live near.
God, that was awfully specific.
But there's one big issue with what y'all are telling me in that story. It ain't the full moon.
Mel looks up.
Yeah, what
Is
what
it not?
the moon phase?
It ain't. No. We're getting there. The full moon's, I think, the end of next week.
Oh, see, so whatever we think is clearly wrong, and we're overly imaginative because we've been through trauma and we're just terrified at life. See, this is fine.
That inmate and the turkeys that don't have their internal organs would like to disagree with you.
But they can't because they're dead. So this is fine.
Well,
Just saying that those guys were disemboweled with a wonderful moon.
I think we'll be on extra alert tonight, at the very least.
It's interesting, though, that you guys mentioned there being this kind of carnage up on the north side of town. So I went down to town today. I wanted to hit that coffee shop. Now that I know that they got their roaster up back and working, which thank you, folks. I've been missing my morning cuppa. I've had having to drink the Folgers again. And yeah, it ain't good no more. Place done spoiled me.
Add a little bit of salt to that Folgers grounds. It makes it tolerable.
I've heard cinnamon too.
That is interesting.
Add a pinch of cinnamon
Wish somebody
to
would
your
have figured
terrible
that out
coffee.
while I was in the military on a boat. Instead of just adding more coffee grounds.
Yeah, no, a pinch of salt on the grounds and then pour the coffee. I don't know. It cuts the acid on it.
But anyway, thank you, folks, for getting that back up. But I heard an interesting story while I was down there. A couple folks coming from the southwest of town said that there was several young men found slaughtered out on the Richardson Ranch.
Oh God, what happened there?
Yeah, that's what could possibly have done that.
We're
Were
not
they missing their organs from the story, or was it
just about
something
to
more
ask
akin
that.
to their heads?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't think to ask about the organs at the time. Wasn't at the forefront of my mind. But
What's
missing a head. Several of them are missing heads.
That's crazy. Like 3 of them?
Yeah, they're poor.
Emery kicks Olna.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and have
Horrifying, actually.
you. What the hell do you roll for that?
That's a deception. That's deception, man. And we're just glad that he's not at disadvantage anymore.
Well, and I just rolled a wisdom save to see if Mel has the sense to
can
not
we-
say anything, and she absolutely does not. She's
Can
going
we
to say
give him
something.
advantage? Because I'm trying to keep the conversation moving and just slide on by that.
I don't think so on that one. You say something that weirdly specific.
What did you get?
13 plus 1, 14.
Okay.
All right. He looks at you kind of funny. He's like, yeah, there were 3 of them boys without a head. It's crazy.
And
Oh,
then,
that does
But-
match with the turkeys, because a couple of the turkeys were missing their heads.
and
too.
then
Yeah.
Mel
I think like
says,
3.
"Boy, it's a good thing that your ranch, Elliot, is to the southeast of Rifle, right?"
Yeah, isn't there something, like Mark of the Beast, like 3 heads chopped off, something like that?
It's a Trinity thing, right?
No, I
Right?
Hey,
Or is that more
give me
demonic?
another snort of that whiskey there.
yeah, he passes the
Emery.
bottle on over. And you're like, yeah, no,
Thanks.
There were 3 of them boys, but their poor mama. She
Oh, I got.
sounds like she passed. She ran out of meds some time back, and what them boys were doing instead of getting her meds, I don't quite understand. But it's all right. They were kind. Their pappy was a dickhead. He was just as bad as that feller on up by the hunting area I was telling you about. He burned just about every bridge in this town he could.
Well, yeah, because there's a pharmacy in town. Why wouldn't they come into town? I gotta believe the pharmacy's probably giving out important meds to they come and get them, so take them. You don't need money.
They're doing their best. I mean, they're trying to keep some control so that way,
Oh, sure.
they don't
sure.
give all the insulin out tomorrow, and then a week from now, everybody's passing. But
That's
Sure,
fair.
but
That's,
doing
that's
what they
planning.
can.
Well, the thing is that
Fairly
insulin's got to
egalitarian.
be refrigerated. It's not going to last a long time, so
well, they
And
got the
they're-
coolers out back that they're holding it in.
that's good. Because they're not. The problem is, they're not going to get any.
You know?
But I figure, when Grandma Kettle comes in to get her high pressure medication, I'm sure they here, go ahead and
Oh yeah. Oh, and Nathan down at the pharmacy, he knows all 15 people who need the insulin in town. If we're not a big community, it's the pharmacy in town. I don't know what them boys. Them boys were always built a little different, especially they got around their cousins. But it's a particularly brutal scene down that way. Here, the sheriff's kind of looking around, asking some questions. But
Well, if we hear anything, we'll look to sheriff up.
Can I do an insight check to see whether or not he got caught wind of anything that just happened?
Sure.
Like he's any more suspicious than normal.
Mel would like you to pass the whiskey, please.
14.
There's something confusing him. He's not suspicious, but between the comment of the three, he's done business with Elliot before.
And we've been
being from the
entirely
south-
normal before that.
Yeah.
Normal.
And his ranch now being to the southeast is sitting a little funny with him. But he's not like he was best buddies with Elliot, so he's not willing to call him out and be like, ain't you from the southwest?
It was
But it's
Mel
sitting
who said
fun.
it. She doesn't look like somebody who would be an authority on directions, let's face it.
That's part of why he ain't calling y'all out on it, but it's sitting a little funny with him.
Haha, we have confused him.
Well,
Hooray for
we
confusion.
need to do a little bit more work. We'll check that hide tomorrow. I think it'll be done tomorrow. So we'll stay the night. We'll make sure that's done. If you need, we'd be happy to help fletch arrows.
I'll take some help. I still need the metal for the narratheads.
Oh,
Got none of that yet.
crap! Forgot about
We'll
that.
run that errand tomorrow, too.
Yeah, we'll run down the scrapyard tomorrow.
And I can help shape those.
Kind of honestly kicking myself a little bit. I meant to grab it while I was down there getting coffee, but the story of the Richardson boys kind of derailed me a little bit.
Yeah,
there,
fair.
coming on back.
Sure would.
And they were dickheads, but they had the potential to be good boys. Well,
Wow.
I think the right hand could have guided them a little better.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they had their pappy.
Everybody's got the potential, but they don't always have the intention.
It's like late evening now, right?
Yeah. It's after dark.
Cool. That's what I thought.
It's the proper campfire story.
So we have like a silver dagger.
So what did we decide was the check against nightmares?
It was charisma.
Okay.
So I think hearing a story about a book written in the 1800s is a bit different than talking to maybe a werewolf.
It's like actual
Yeah, but
maybe.
the combination of the two is making Mel a little
And
twitchy.
knowing that he came towards town.
Yeah.
And that he's healing, according to old dude by the lake. He looks not sickly anymore.
I think he probably fed well.
Yeah.
Good news is Mel's apparently too stupid to get nightmares.
I think she's probably compartmentalizing with the
That's a
best.
werewolf thing, though, eating muffins?
Some stories.
Depends.
Anywho, again, that's all just nonsense talk. It's not real. It's a
You're
book
right.
written
Have you met
by
elves?
Nobody's
elves?
met elves. Oh, no, give me the whiskey.
You're drinking
Never-
Yeah, you've
too
had too
much.
much. You've had too much.
Oh,
Never
no, go to
spoken
bed.
to an elk. I just shoot them.
No.
All right, that's
Oh, no, go to bed.
probably a good idea.
Wait, did you talk to the elk you killed? That's a weird question.
I
son.
screamed at a turkey.
Oh, no,
That we can
go
confirm.
to bed.
Killed the shit out of that turkey. You know, you're right. I'm gonna go.
a bit different than I do.
You know what? We
I had to kill it with
we
a
don't
battle
all
axe.
have bows, and that's
What?
why we came to
A
you.
lot different. I see
don't-
bows on the back of them two men.
I lit one on
and
fire.
They shot him.
I didn't have a bow, so
He
Okay.
lit a turkey on fire.
Okay, I
It
think you
killed
know
it.
what? I think maybe we all need to go to
Are you
bed.
Yeah,
talking
I
about
think Emery
something
might
else?
be
I think
right.
it's time for you to hand me the whiskey. And I'm going to put this on a top shelf. That's a top shelf thing.
After this admittedly confusing conversation, you are reminded me why I live on the outskirts of town, and I appreciate that.
Yep.
I'm
And, we might be crazy. We might be overly suspicious, but make sure you lock your door tight tonight.
I will absolutely do that.
not because of us. I want to make that part clear.
I think Mel
I
has a
will
little nervous
absolutely be
laughing
locking
fit
my
over.
door tight tonight.
As long as you do that, buddy, that's we're looking out for you, dude.
You better take that whiskey bottle back inside.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want anybody to get
here
hurt
you
out
go.
here.
Yeah. Well, let me know when you guys get that medal, and I'll just be seeing y'all.
Yep.
All right,
we'll be
we'll
working
get it
on
tomorrow.
that tomorrow.
With that, you guys said you wanted to do watches.
Yes.
What?
I think Olnok's not on first watch.
No, Olnok needs to sober up a little.
Olnok is on last watch.
Yay, hungover watch.
I usually
Yay!
prefer to do first watch, but I can do an earlier one if you want.
Elliot will take third.
Earlier than first?
I think she meant last. But
Yeah, last watch. I think.
you can still take last. We have enough of us. You and Olnok can double up. And
Okay.
I'll take second.
I'll take first then.
James Emery,
Elliot said he'd do third.
and
Take
then
morning.
and now we're at fourth watch, the duo.
Morning
Olnok.
calisthenics group. It's the yoga
We're doing
group.
yoga again.
We're doing yoga.
You two
Yes.
and James. Not James.
No,
Jacob.
we gotta get Jacob.
Yeah,
Get
no,
him doing some
Jacob will
downward
be
dog
joining
and
us for
sun
yoga
vinyasas.
in the morning. That poor child needs to stretch.
All right.
You did this.
I did, and it's good for him. You can. Would you like me to wake you up early
No,
and
thank
you
you.
can stretch?
No thanks.
Okay.
Nope. If I try to do anything before coffee, I will probably stab someone.
Okay,
would
so I
say-
make morning coffee not for Mel, but for Emery. Got it.
Yes, to both.
Theater of the Mind is Jeremy Arston as Elliot Brandybane, Amanda Arston as Melanie Kelly, Michael Burnell as Olnok Varger Johnson, Michael Downs as James O'Brien, Casey Weingarten as Emery Lee, and myself, Mike Schock, as your Dungeon Master. We release episodes every 2 weeks, so our next episode will release on April 28th. If you want to follow us, our social media and website can be found on our link tree, which can be found in the podcast description. Also in the podcast description, you can find a link to Pinecast, as well as our referral code to get you 40% off your first 4 months of a paid membership, as well as our referral link to Epidemic Sound, which gets you a 1-week trial period to their excellent program. The music this week was sourced from Epidemic Sounds, who we are not sponsored by under the Creative Commons license. The songs used in order are Metal Lake Morning by Will Harrison, Appalachian Spring by Roy Edwin Williams, Red Hook by Roy Edwin Williams, View of the Park by Roots and Recognition, Skyward Bound by Victor Lundberg, To Wonderland by Headland, Desert Whispers by Tell Sonic, Work Undone by Pierce Roswell, Stay True by Lars Erickson, We Are In This Together Now by Loving Caliber, and Demon Night by Farrell Wooten. The Theater of the Mind theme, ad break, and outro were written by Mike Schock. Theater of the Mind is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events, and incidents are used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. No animals were harmed in the recording of this episode.